Hi, my name is Emily, and welcome back to the Sunshine M's podcast. This is the mini series Golden Hour, where I read what you guys have submitted and react, answer some questions, and really celebrate some wins with you guys. So, if you're interested in getting some things off your chest or sharing your victories, I have the link to the Google form below in the show notes. Starting off, I would love to start with some small wins that I received. Okay. Hi, my small win is something I never thought I'd be able to do. I was having a conversation with someone who tends to talk over me and dismiss how I feel. Usually I just shut down and let it happen. But this time I calmly said, I don't feel heard right now, so I'm going to step away from this conversation. And then I actually walked away. My hands were shaking after, but I felt so proud of myself for not abandoning my own feelings. Holy shit. Congratulations. That is a huge win. I've had some troubles in my past where I don't stand up for myself. I stand up for others, but I do not stand up for myself when I feel like I'm not being heard. Reading this win that was submitted was just, I don't know, it's a beautiful thing. Just stand up for yourself and show up for yourself. I am genuinely so proud of you. Thank you for sharing. Okay, here is another win that was submitted. Hi, this might sound small, but it felt really big. I posted something online that was actually honest about how I've been feeling lately, instead of pretending everything is fine. I almost deleted it right after, but I didn't. And a few people reached out saying they felt the same way, which made me feel less alone. Oh my God, I could talk about this one forever. I personally believe when we show up as our authentic selves and not make light of our situations, but just live a honest and vulnerable life, you get people in your corner who don't just support you, but feel seen also. And I think that that is a huge takeaway from social media is we're so quick to post all of the highlights and the fun and aesthetic pictures. When in reality, we are all going through our own thing. We are all constantly wanting something and needing something that we don't have. And when you share your authentic life, this is the reality of it. This is what I'm going through. You make others feel seen too, because we are all going through things. And when you see a creator be honest about what they're going through, you're like, wow, I'm not the only one going through that. Other people are going through that too. I feel seen, I feel heard, and I feel understood. I'm not alone. And that's a huge, 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 huge win. So I'm proud of you for just living your truth and sharing it. And the fact that it helped others and yourself, that's a win. Thank you so much for sharing. My win is that I didn't over explain something for once. I told someone no to plans instead of writing a paragraph justifying it. I left it at that. No guilt spiral, no follow up explanation. I just said no. I need to learn this one. This win that you had is so like this experience that you have where you over explain and justify your responses and your answers. That's so relatable. That is so relatable. That is normal. That's how a lot of us feel where you feel like you can't just let the answer be what it is. You have to over explain and convince them that it's okay for you to have that response and that answer. So I'm really proud of you for stepping away from that normal, stepping away from that response. The answer is no. I don't need to explain. That's the answer. No. I'm so proud of you. And thank you so much for sharing. Okay. Now, I'm not going to lie, some of these stories that you guys sent in this past week are messy. And so I'm only going to go through like one or two of them, and then we'll finish up this mini-series episode. Okay, here we go. Here's the first one. Hi, I'm still processing this and I feel kind of sick even typing it out. I've been seeing someone for about 5 months. He told me early on that his last relationship ended a while ago and that he wasn't talking to anyone else. Everything felt normal: dates, texting every day, staying at each other's places. But last week, I got a message from a girl I didn't know asking if I was seeing him. Turns out she's his girlfriend of 3 years. She sent me pictures of them together, screenshots of their conversations from the days he was with me, and I felt completely blindsided. Now I'm stuck between feeling heartbroken and feeling guilty, even though I didn't know. I keep replaying everything, wondering how I didn't see it. What should I do going forward? First of all, that relationship is over. You need to leave it for many reasons. One, he didn't show up as his authentic self. Your whole relationship was built on a lie, and that's not fair to either of you. And it's not fair to her. 3 years, and you've been dating for about 5 months. Oh my gosh. I would feel sick. I can imagine how heartbroken and guilty you feel. But I want you to know, like, you didn't know. And sometimes these people just really hide everything so that they can get what they want. Oh my gosh. I think going forward, you need to remove yourself from that relationship and really just be on your own. And because I can imagine that the trust that was broken there, the betrayal that was there, is going to possibly interfere with future relationships and how you react to people. That's a normal learned behavior because of situations like this. So I think really just look at it for what it is, grieve it, grieve the relationship, grieve who you thought he was, and realize that you didn't do anything wrong. And the moment that you found out, you end it. If you were to continue this relationship, that's where you are at fault. It needs to end. It's not fair. And I'm so sorry you're going through this. But thank you so much for sharing your story with me. Even if it was messy like that, I hope that it ends in a better way. I'm so sorry. Okay, this next one is also super messy. Okay. Hi, I know this is wrong, which is why I feel so conflicted. I've been with my partner for almost 2 years, and lately something has felt off. Nothing obvious, just a gut feeling I couldn't shake. One night, I looked through their phone while they were asleep. Oh. I found messages between them and someone else that weren't explicitly physical, but definitely emotional, talking every day, sharing things they don't tell me anymore. Now I feel sick because I betrayed their privacy, but also hurt because I feel like I've been emotionally replaced. I haven't brought it up yet, and I don't know how to admit what I did. Do I confront them and come clean, or do I just live with knowing? You have to tell them you do. Because one, yes, you did betray their privacy, and so the trust was already broken. But as awful as it is that you betrayed their privacy, um, it's okay to feel like you were also betrayed because you feel like you are not, that you're low key being emotionally cheated on. It's okay to feel that way and to be hurt about that. I think if you were to just live knowing and not sharing that, it's not fair to either of you because you're not being in the relationship um as you should, and he has no idea that you looked through his phone. I think if you're at the point where you do look at through someone's phone without their knowledge, that there is already trust broken on both of parts. The fact that you feel the need to go through their phone is rough. I'm not saying that you weren't valid in wanting to know, but doing it without their knowledge is wrong. What he's doing as well is wrong. And I think you just need to have a honest conversation. I felt paranoid and then I found this and now I feel worse. How do we go about this? Who is this person? What do they mean to you? What do I mean to you? How can we move forward, or does this need to end? I think you just need to have a conversation and just get everything out in the open. It's a really hard situation to be in, but I hope that you round up the courage to be honest and to have that conversation. I'm so sorry that you're going through this, and I hope things turn out for the best. Thank you so much for sharing. I want this mini podcast series to hold space for both sides that can be really messy and confusing, and then also the small wins that don't feel big, but they are important. So, wherever you're at in your story, I would love to hear it. I would love to read what you're going through right now in any phase that you're going through. If you feel the need to get something off your chest and you don't want to say it, or you have questions about what to do next, this is the space to do that. So if you're interested in that, in the show notes, there's a link to the Google form where you can ask to be anonymous. You could ask to have your name in it. You can say as much as you want. You can say as little as you want. And it's just a space for you to be. And I would love to be a safe space for all of you. If you have any questions, concerns, or just want to tell me anything, my DMs are open. My email is open. And I would love to connect with all of you. Thank you so much for sharing your stories and your small wins with me. I can't wait to do this again next Tuesday. But don't forget that next Friday, I have the last episode of our March series, In Between Seasons. I will be talking about feeling stuck in life and how to go about that stagnant feeling. I can't wait to see you guys next time. I hope you took what you needed and left what you didn't, and I will see you guys next time. In the meantime, keep showing up for yourself. I love you guys. Bye.